Leo tunazindua programu yetu mahususi ya Graduate Trainee Programs. Hii ni programu ambayo imeanzishwa kwa mara ya kwanza ndani ya benki ya Crdb ya kujenga viongozi wa kesho. Lakini programu hii inahusisha vijana waliomaliza chuo hivi karibuni kwa kupata ajira maalum, lakini ikiwa ni programu ambayo inawaandaa kuwa wafanyakazi wa benki wenye weledi mkubwa, lakini ambao tunawajengea uwezo wa kuja kuwa viongozi katika sekta ya fedha. Na hii program tulivyokuwa tumeandaa inahusisha vijana 32, kwa maana kuna vijana 3 kutoka Burundi, lakini wengine 29 ni wa Tanzania. Na tulikuwa na jitihada za makusudi kabisa kwamba lazima tuzingatie gender equality. Kwa wasichana 15 na vijana wa kiume 17. Hii programu itakwenda kwa miaka 3 ambako wanapitia mafunzo mbalimbali ya kwenda kwenye matawi yetu, makao makuu, madarasani, lakini kuwapa tena exposure kubwa nje ya operations za benki ili kuandaa kujua miongozo na utendaji wa benki unafanyaje. Nini maana yake? Kwanza tunatoa ajira na tunategemea iwe endelevu. Kila baada ya mwaka 3 tunaingiza wengine maybe kwa idadi kubwa. Lakini cha kufurahia ni kwamba kwa programu hii wagombeaji walikuwa ni wengi sana. Zaidi ya vijana 4,000 ambao walikuwa wanashindania nafasi hizi. Lakini tumejaribu kuendelea kuwapa vigezo mbalimbali, na hawa waliopitishwa ni vijana kweli wenye uwezo mkubwa. Kwetu sisi benki tunatengeneza benki ya kesho. Unapoangalia kwenye takwimu zetu vijana ni wengi, lakini benki yetu inazidi kujikita nchi nzima na tunaenda katika nchi zingine za jirani. Tungependa benki iendelee kuongozwa na Watanzania, lakini tunaandaa viongozi sio ndani ya Crdb peke yake. Hawa ambao tunawajenga wataendelea kuwa viongozi katika sekta ya fedha katika maeneo mbalimbali. Na niseme tu kwa kiasi ambacho wamepitia, wamekuja na ubunifu mkubwa sana. Ni vijana ambao wamekaa kiteknolojia, na tuna imani kwa mawazo yao chanya na kwa jinsi wanapata programu zetu benki yetu kusonga mbele. Matarajio yetu ni kwamba Crdb ipo kwa miaka 24, inatakiwa ipo zaidi miaka 100. Lazima viongozi wajengwe sasa. Na hii ni fursa hata kwa wanafunzi wengine ambao wako vyuoni, lakini ni ajira kwa Watanzania, na tunaendelea kufanya hivyo ili kuhakikisha kwamba tunapata viongozi wenye misingi imara ya uendeshaji katika sekta ya fedha. Ndio jitihada yetu sisi kama benki ya Crdb. Kazi yetu ni kujenga viongozi wa leo na kesho ili benki yetu iendelee kufanya vizuri. Niseme tu, ukiangalia kwenye huduma zetu ni za kiteknolojia sasa, na unapoangalia huduma zinazobadilisha zinahitaji uendelevu unaoendana na kasi ya mabadiliko ya kiteknohama. Kwa kuwa na programu hii inatupa fursa ya kupata vijana wenye uwezo, lakini wenye utayari wa kujifunza na utayari wa kuleta mabadiliko ndani ya benki yetu. Na natarajia kwamba baada ya programu hii utaona benki yetu inavyozidi kuwa imara, lakini inavyozidi kuongeza wigo wa utendaji kazi. Na sisi Crdb tunawafanya kazi zaidi ya 3600 na tunazidi kuwa. Sasa lazima tuendelee kutoa fursa kwa wanafunzi walioko vyuoni. Kwa hiyo nitoe rai kwa wale ambao wako vyuoni waendelee kujituma katika masomo yao, wakijua benki ya Crdb ipo na siku zote itakuwa tayari kwa fursa za kuweza kufanya kazi na kujenga nchi yetu. Benki yetu ya Crdb tunafahamu fursa sawa kwa wote. Ni kwamba lazima kila mtu apewe fursa. Kwa kuna wafanyakazi ambao wako ndani ya benki yetu ambao ni vijana, lakini kuna Watanzania wengi ambao wametoka vyuoni wako nchi nzima. Kwa hiyo hii ilikuwa ni program ambayo ilitangazwa wazi na wakaomba walioko ndani na walioko nje, lakini aliyepita ni yule mwenye uwezo zaidi ya mwenzake. Sio kwamba unapita sababu uko Crdb. Kwa hiyo ilikuwa ni program shindanishi, wamepitia mchujo mkubwa mpaka tunapata hawa vijana. Kwa kweli ni hatua kubwa imepitiwa, na niseme tumepata vijana wazuri sana, wana uwezo mkubwa, na kazi yetu itakuwa ni kuwanacha, kwa shape ili waweze kuwa viongozi wazuri kwa baadaye, na sasa kuifanya Crdb iendelee kuwa benki imara katika soko letu la fedha.
Kwa nafasi hii ambayo nimepewa na benki ya Crdb, ni mwajibu wangu mimi kufanya kile ambacho nachoweza kuhakikisha kwamba hii nafasi ambayo nimepewa nisipoteze. Lengo langu mimi ni sio mimi tu, bali hata baadaye nikija kuwa kiongozi niweze pia kuinua wale ambao walishindwa kupata nafasi hii. Kama tulivyojua, wengi sana waliapply kwa ajili ya hii nafasi lakini hawakupata. Lakini haimaanishi ya kwamba kwa sababu walikosa kwamba wamekosa. Kwa sababu sisi tupo na tunaamini ya kwamba siku moja tutatengeneza nafasi ambayo itawawezesha hao pia kuweza kuwa kwenye benki ambayo inajali watu wake, inajali kuwapa nafasi vijana na inapenda kuona vijana wanafanikiwa na kuwainua vijana wenzio pia.
Crdb imetupa sisi hii nafasi ya kutufundisha kwa kipindi cha miaka mitatu, kutufundisha na kutengeneza viongozi wanaokuja. Kwa hiyo nina mategemeo makubwa sana kutokana na programu hii ya kujifunza na kukua katika kila sekta, kwa sababu pia uzuri ni kwamba tunapitishwa kutoka kwenye kila department ya benki ili kujua na kujifunza vitu vyote kwa ujumla. So we expect to become universal bankers through this graduate program.
Leo tunazindua programu yetu mahususi ya graduate trainee programs. Hii ni program ambayo imeanzishwa kwa mara ya kwanza ndani ya benki ya Crdb ya kujenga viongozi wa kesho. Lakini programu hii inahusisha vijana waliomaliza chuo hivi karibuni kwa kupata ajira maalum, lakini ikiwa ni programu ambayo inawaandaa kuwa wafanyakazi wa benki wenye weledi mkubwa.
I recently met one professor, not Professor Nema, one professor from Cairo University. And in our conversation, one thing that he mentioned was that we Africans, we have good brains, but we have only one problem, and the problem is sitting down and planning. So we have good brains, we have everything, but we don't have time to sit down and plan. Unfortunately, for the graduate program, we had enough time to sit and plan. We've executed, and now we see the results. I think you deserve a clap again. So my role today is not to talk much, but to just welcome the MD who come and share a lot about this program, but again, share the expectations. But quickly, before I invite him, the idea started in 2019. I remember the first day when I entered into the MD's office, he mentioned to me that one of the key priorities that I would like you to focus on is having a graduate program. We wanted to do it in 2020, but because of Corona, that hindered the implementation. However, in 2020, we were able to start the processes and everything. We started from the police concept. Then I remember the first time I shared this idea in the Human Resources Department, I was asked difficult questions by the HR team. Why this program? Why now? And then we went and shared the concept to the board. We were asked again difficult questions. Why this program? Why 3 years? Why do you think is the right time for us to do that? And the response to that was simple. The future is digital. If you look at the population of the bank as we speak now, 54% of the population of our staff are millennials. So without focusing on this generation, trust me, the future won't be bright. Na sisi tunasema ulipo tupo. And there's a bank that listens. If we cannot listen to that voice, ambayo inaweza ikawa ndani yetu, we won't be able to achieve our goals. Hence, we've done what we've done. We did a lot in terms of the groundwork with the support of our consultant, Lillian Madeje. Can you stand up, please? Yes, that young lady. Can you clap for her? Clap for her once again. Thank you. So, sit down. Thank you. So she did what she did, and that's why we see the outcome that we have today. I don't want to spend much of the time because I know the MD will be coming here and he has a lot of exciting things that we'd like to talk. Let me take this opportunity now, request all of you to stand up as we welcome the MD at the podium. Makofi kwake tafadhali. MD. Ukiendelea kupiga makofi mpaka akafika hapa utakuwa hujakosea sana. Asante, tunaweza kukaa.
I know we have started very well in terms of how we want to communicate and deliver the message. Lakini I'm also a good citizen. Tunasema uzalendo unishinda kidogo. Nitaongea Kiswahili zaidi. Na nadhani nitaeleweka ninayotaka kusema. Kwa hiyo Kishimbo, kwa ruhusa yako taniruhusu niongee Kiswahili. Asante sana. Makamu mwenyekiti wa bodi ya wakurugenzi wa benki ya Crdb, Profesa Neema Mori, afisa mkuu wa biashara wa benki yetu ya Crdb, Dr. Waits Joseph, afisa mkuu wa uendeshaji wa benki yetu Mr. Bruce Mwile, mkurugenzi wa rasilimali watu ambao ni mwenye kazi hii Mr. Kishimbo Tofiro, mkurugenzi wa watendaji na mkurugenzi wa hazina, katibu wa benki yetu Mr. John Ugambo, pamoja na mkurugenzi waendeshaji wa wateja wakati na wadogo. Naona wakurugenzi wa audit, naona wakurugenzi kipitisha macho, namuona mkurugenzi wa procurement yupo, maheads mbalimbali wapo. Lakini very special note, our graduate trainee team. Niseme habari ya asubuhi na karibu sana kwa siku ya leo. Hii ni siku ambayo it has been a long waited day. Since you joined the bank, it's almost 6 months or 7 months. We wanted to do it earlier than this, lakini kwa programu zilizopangana, leo hii ni siku muhimu sana. Kwa hiyo wakaribisho ni special note. Na niwapongeze, niseme karibu sana. Kwa hiyo sina budi kumshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu kwa sababu ametupa afya njema kwa kipindi chote mpaka tunafika siku ya leo ambao ni siku muhimu sana. Lakini ningependa nimshukuru sana Profesa Neema, makamu mwenyekiti, kwa kutenga muda wa kukutana na timu yetu ya graduates, lakini kutenga muda vile vile leo kuja kwenye siku hii muhimu. We thank you very much for commitment, lakini being our special leader kwenye grow au tunacha kwenye very professional program. I heard from DHR kwamba hii ni the first program within the bank. Indeed, it is the first. Lakini when it is the first, what history do you make as the first candidate? Kwa hiyo inabidi mjipongeze sana kwa kwanza. Crdb na miaka zaidi ya 24, ina viongozi wengi, lakini program ya aina hii ni ya kwanza. Kwa hiyo you have made history already. When the bank will be growing to 100 years, you can sit and say, I was the first graduate trainee program ambayo nimeattend, and maybe now I'm the governor. So you can speak that. At least the program is great. This program has been one of the competitive programs ambayo imepitia quite robust processes na attract quite a good number of applicants. We had roughly about more than 4,000 waliomba, more than 4,000 applicants. We are looking roughly 33. From 4,000 to 33, and you being on top of those numbers, kwanza unabidi umshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu, lakini you should be proud of yourself kwamba I'm really competent within the nation. I mean, miongoni mwa wachache ambao tuna sifa kubwa. Lakini the program was structured in such a way kwamba we must have gender equality. It was key kuwa na gender equality. Nimeangalia numbers zilizopo. We have 32 candidates ambao ni graduate training. Out of these 32, tuna 3 from Burundi. Sababu sisi tuko Burundi, and soon we are going Congo. Tungekuwa tumechakua Congo, tungekuwa na wengine. Lakini maybe for the benefit of the group, the rest of the team, sio wote wanawafahamu waliotoka Burundi, and I hope they're here. Kama mtajali, you can stand up. If they're not here, that's another story. They're not here. They have already opened the country anyway, kwa sababu nchi ya Burundi imeachia lockdown. Kwa hiyo hapo tumewamisi wenzetu, lakini on the absence tunawatambua kwamba these are also our colleagues. So out of the 2, nimeona tuna our sisters, they are 15. My brothers wako 17. Was a good match ambayo tunategemea kwamba having that combinations, we are building a very strong foundations of the bank. Lakini the biggest question is why. I think DHR amesema there was a question of why. Why now? Why this program? Crdb is the biggest bank in Tanzania, very successful bank in Tanzania. Our ambition is to grow even beyond Tanzania, but we need to create a good team which can lead the bank to the next level. Kwa lazima tuandae timu ambayo itatupeleka tunapotarajia kwenda. Na the same growth lazima iongozwe na timu ya benki hiyo. We have very good management and the entire staff team, very professional. As we move forward, technology will change, requirement change, the money from consumers change. But we have to start building capacity ya timu yetu. Kwa tukasema tunaandaa program mahususi ya graduate training ambao tunawanacha to be very professional banker, lakini wata inspire others which are within the bank ambao tayari wapo lakini wakupita kwenye programu hiyo kuja kuwa the better persons, better leaders tomorrow. Kwa hiyo program ilikuwa ni kuandaa quite a good pool ya the future leader of the bank. Because what we are running within the programs, we are running the same program to the rest of the staff. Kama mmesikia, I think there has been a program here, BM Academy. We have a team ambayo imepelekwa Strathmore, ambayo ni leadership. We have a team which has gone to IFC, more than 100 talented ladies. All these combinations is to make the foundation solid for the bank. Kwa hiyo graduate training ni wapongeze sana. Lakini vile ni kwamba when you see the bank currently, I would say maybe 60% of the bank populations equal to the range of maximum 55 age. Miaka 30 hata maximum. The rest ni adults 65. Kwa hiyo wako within the range of vijana. Na to be a best bankers, lazima upite kwenye proper training. So banks, unapoitwa banker, you're always a person who is managing someone's wealth. Kwa hiyo kuna qualities ambazo inabidi unazo nyingi, lakini those qualities is either being trained or someone has born with it, but it has to be nurtured. Tukichukua normal graduate kwa embody of the banking system without going through proper trainings, hatutapata viongozi wazuri. So that's why we created this program. Now, in program, what does it mean to you, and what does it mean to the bank? We are looking for all-round banker. We are not looking for specific resource. We are looking for all-round banker, ambaye anajua maana ya banking ni nini, na what is composition ya banking operations or banking services. Like we are also looking at persons who looks for future directions, not today. What can change tomorrow? Sasa lazima uweze kupata proper training ambayo ni muhimu sana. Lakini programu hii, the way it has been structured, and I'm told actually, you have been attached with a branch. For some, I think they are at the head office, some at branch level. You are actually being trained, and the way it has been structured, training inaonyesha 70% of your entire programs itakuwa job training. That means how you attract, how you do your day-to-day activities, how you question your colleagues, how you raise questions, how you read on the processes is what to make you special, 70%. The remaining 30, which is about 2010, is either a consultative training, peer-to-peer, or pure classroom training. Maka unaweza ukasema kwamba since you have joined the bank, labda hujapelekwa shule, you're already in class. And it will be successful after 3. So it's not only kwamba all 32, if you're not committed, you will pass the program. Start kwa tisha. Lakini, I remember the day we met, mara kwanza, tuliongea. The good thing is that, to be honest, I think the entire team, from my general view, they are very competent. They are very competent. Very, very competent. Being competent is one. Being ethical is different. Kwa hiyo wewe unaweza kuwa competent, lakini probably the ethics, the basics which makes a good banker zinazikamisi. We all know what happened. I think that is very important, that for the entire team which is in the room today and our colleagues abroad, we have to say, how do we become a good banker? And what makes you a different person from the rest of your colleagues? Kwa sababu kama itakuwa ni chance of CEO, it is only one. If you're looking for chief commercial, it's only one. How do you get it out of 32? What makes you stand up as a different person for the rest of the team? Kuna vitu vichache ambavyo, which I think you can and you should, and that's why we have this program. We have to give you enough resource to make you a good person in the management, with the management skills, but at the same time to understand the organization dynamics. When I say organization dynamics, each organization has its own way of operations. For organization politics, you have to understand how do you navigate within the organization politics and you become a star. Kwa hiyo itakuwa imekusaidia kwenye upande wa good management and organization structure or dynamics. Kwa hiyo training utaipata sana, lakini you also need to lead for yourself. Nimesema you have to usome zaidi, sababu watu wote ni wataalamu. Usoma zaidi all the time, ama usome. Lakini pointi ya pili ambayo ni nzuri, you must be a troubleshooter. Naposema a troubleshooter, you need to be a resource person to see your relevance of being in the bank. Now, this message is not for you, it's for everyone. This message is for all of us. You have to be resourceful. And when I say resourceful, I spoke about the all-round banker. Hapa, we have a team which is graduate for finance and business. We have a team which are IT related. We have a team of engineers. We have a team of actuarial. Don't confine yourself in your profession. Just confine yourself on the entire banking operations. Take an example of our chief commercial. He's currently managing the entire business of the bank. He speaks about insurance, he speaks about retail, he speaks about corporate, he speaks about insurance, everything. But probably he's a doctor for something. Different story, right? But he's well embedded with the rest of the bank operations. And that's what we want to see from the team. Just be resourceful. Point ya tatu, I think, is about the term is too short. 3 years, a very short period. And I would like to see majority of you read it tomorrow after 3 years. For me, sibenki sana. Maybe I'm a different person. I don't bank on seasoned experience. I don't bank on that. I bank on competence. You are ready to learn and to be groomed to the next level. As long as you can learn, you can understand, you can adjust yourself. For me, you are the right person. So be a fast learner. Be a fast learner. And I want also maybe in the fast learner to give you a simple example. We have one person in this room who is also a director as we speak. But he was a graduate program trainee, which I recruited when on my career path. I think we all know Bomarabara. Bomarabara was a graduate trainee, same like you. And I happened to be one of the, I would say, recruiting agent, but also responsible to nurture some of graduates. But he was talented, but also fast learner. And within a short period, he grew within the organization. And today, where he is today, I think you can see Yokwapi. Na sio kwamba amebebwa, he has been himself, ame-end that level. He has ended. If you ask him about his colleagues, there is a possibility that some are just still officers. So the question will be, why him? It's not about luck. Yes, it might be there. God yupo, lakini personal zeal is critical. I think that is the most important. So you have to have a fast learning skills in the program. Mapeleko branch, if I choose a branch manager today, are you able to manage the branch? Do you understand the credit processing, even the basic? Do you understand HR matters for your staff? It does not someone tell you what to learn. You have it every day. Be a coach. And I will share the last example when I'm closing my speech, and that will be my personal experience. But the next step is about having a good leadership qualities. Unajua wanasema viongozi wanazaliwa wanatengenezwa. Kuna combinations. Lakini you can be a good leader through a journey of having good mentor, but also be inspired with someone ahead of you, and that makes you different. Kwa hiyo, this program makes you a good leader. Inakupa training inayokufanya you become a better leader. Not necessarily within the bank. Crdb will be more than happy to see the sector of banking, sector of insurance, led by someone who passed through CRDB journey. Kila mtu atafurahi. The HR will be more than happy when you cross the street, akiangalia the next street, CEO is from CRDB, next street, CEO used to work CRDB. And that's what you want by creating leader of tomorrow. Lakini, when you are passing a career, kwenye your growth career, leadership quality is muhimu. Then you must have a commanding qualities za leadership. And that is not I feature. When you come for interview, when you're being interviewed with 3 people, 4 people, the panel will say, this guy, he has everything. You're competent, all of you, but you have different nature. And this is the purpose of having this program. So we are creating you to be the best leader of tomorrow. And that's what we would like to see within the organizations. We are creating a pool for our own management team. And that's why we have these programs. And I hope utaweza kutumia fursa hii kuweza kufanikiwa vizuri sana. The next item which I think is important, all the time, be analytical. All the time. You have gone through the branches. And I told you the last day, the first day we met, but when you go to the branches, you will meet a lot of people. Some have been there for many years. Some started within their career, within the same branch.
Our leadership team invited guests, all protocol observed. Firstly, we would like to give thanks to God for the opportunity to be standing here today. And we would also like to express our sincere gratitude to Crdb Bank and its management for trusting us and for providing a space for young professionals to be able to grow and to gain experience in such an important sector in our economy. The Crdb graduate program has been of great impact to us. We began our journey firstly at the branch level, where we were attached and are able to go through different departments, such as the community, such as the customer experience, quality assurance, and other departments. And during this time, we were able to learn many lessons, some of which I would like to share with you today. One of the things that we learned was how to work under pressure. There are times of high activity, especially in areas such as customer experience, where we learned how to manage different tasks without compromising the quality of our work nor the security of the process. We were also able to learn how to become a team player, which is also one of our core values. We were able to evaluate and analyze and also understand how one decision from an individual can impact the whole group. And we're also able to know that it takes a committed and dedicated team in order to make such a great organization run. Additionally, we were allowed and pushed to go out of our comfort zones in order to achieve set goals. And this we saw particularly while we were going for sales, which we were blessed enough to go and do. This allowed us to be proactive. It allowed us to spot potential customers and be able to approach and engage them. And it taught us the practical skill of selling. And lastly, we also learned how to adapt. We arrived at the branches just in time to witness the implementation of the new operating model. And one thing that we learned is that change can be hard, but it's within that discomfort that comes greatness and growth, as we have seen so far in all of our branches.
As much as the program has impacted us, we would like to share with you how we have been able to impact our branches collectively. The first thing I'm going to share is how we've been able to organize forms into categories such as customer service and account opening. The impact of this is that we're able to quickly access the forms that we need, but also at the same time that we're able to easily track the availability and the replenishing of these forms. For anyone who has been at the branch, especially at the customer experience front desk, there are many times that you find that many customers come and they have different requirements. Now imagine whereby you don't know where your forms are and the customer is in front of you. You take time looking for it in front of them. That already impairs our turnaround time. By being able to put the forms in categories and also to serve the customers according to their needs, categorized, we are able to improve that turnaround time and deliver satisfactory customer experience. The second thing that we have done is that we have created a web page which has all the necessary links that we need for the working tools. At the branch level, there are PCs everywhere. And according to which PC you use, sometimes you find that when you log into this PC with your domain, you may not necessarily have all the links that you need. But the web page that we have created enables you that regardless of the PC that you're going to be using, you're going to have all the working tools that you need and you're going to remain competent. Thirdly, we've been able to physically organize and sort account files in a way through Excel, whereby we have put them in terms of alphabetically and also numerically. Now, why is this important? Many times we have customers, perhaps they want to change their signatures, or you need to update their KYC, and you have to go and look for that file, and it may take time, and sometimes you may not find it at all. But by using Excel, you are able to search for that account number and to be able to go to that file directly and retrieve it in less than 5 minutes. And lastly, we have been able to detect and to signal fraud by understanding the procedures and being able to follow them accordingly.
Aside from all that we have learned so far, we still have great expectations for what is ahead. Firstly, we expect to grow. We expect to be pushed even further and challenged in order to come up with innovative solutions that will cater to all of our customers. We also expect to bring an impact to our community. We expect to touch those who may not have otherwise had access to financial services, people who may feel like they have been forgotten, but we will make sure that we touch them and give them a place as well. And thirdly, we expect to bridge the gap between the elder generation and the youth. Through our hard work, our honesty and committed spirit, we expect to bring trust between the two and make sure that we grow our economy and our bank.
And lastly, we expect to create products that cater to every Tanzanian, from the individual level to the national level in terms of impact. As some of you have noticed, when you go out for sales, people do not expect to be the kind that can go to a bank. Some say because of the AC, some say because of how people dress up. But we want to break that barrier and make sure that every Tanzanian can be able to